Shalom, shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Secondly, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and righteousness and in sincerity. And third of all, I want to give salutations to the hopeful elect that's out on the highways and byways teaching and preaching this truth and righteousness and in sincerity. And the title of this lesson is going to be The Lord Will Repay Our Enemies. Once again, the Lord will repay our enemies. You know, our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is going to repay our enemies for what they've done to us, you know. And I'm going to start this lesson off with Lamentations 1 and 3. And it reads, Judah is gone into captivity because of affliction and because of great servitude. She dwelleth among the heathen, she findeth no rest. All her persecutors overtook her between the straits. Right, so we're in captivity, you know. We're not free here in Babylon the Great, you know. We're going through infinite afflictions and, you know, we're serving, you know. We are servants here, you know. We are under extreme servitude. It's more mental and, you know, it's more mental now, like the servitude and the captivity that we're in. Back in the day, it was more physical. You know, we were more bound physically, you know, like in chains, literally, you know, and we were forced to do things like it was obvious that we were in physical slavery, physical captivity. But nowadays, it's more mental. You know, if you don't do what I told you to do, I'm not paying you. Therefore, you can't pay your bills. Therefore, you're going to be homeless. And don't nobody want to be homeless. So everybody is forced to work, you know, for this man, you know, Esau Edom, this demon. But you know, I don't want to get off topic, but I was just trying to make the point that nowadays this captivity is more mental. You know, they got a lot of strongholds and different deceitful, you know, tactics that they use to keep us, you know, serving them without even knowing or realizing that we're still serving them and we're still in captivity under them. But yeah, we've been overtaken, you know, by all of these nations, you know. They've all had their time with us, you know, having us under them, serving them, you know. So we've always dwelt among different heathens, you know. We've always learned their ways and, you know, but in the other captivities, we knew who we were still, you know. But in this one, we are, you know, we've been stripped of our nationality. We've been stripped of our power. We've been stripped of the words that were created for us to abide in, you know, and live by. So this is the worst captivity ever, you know. But it reads in verse 4, the ways of Zion do mourn because none come to the solemn feast. All her gates are desolate. Right. Our people are through. You know, they don't know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you know, and they don't care to know our power, you know. They just rather live their life in Babylon the Great, living like a Babylonian that's destined to be destroyed because these Babylonians are wicked, you know. The spirit of this place is the spirit of Esau Edom, you know. So if you're living like a Babylonian, ultimately you're living like an Edomite in some way, shape, or form, you know. If you're completely consumed and, you know, infatuated with this place, you know, you're not moving in the spirit of an Israelite, you know. Therefore, you're not going to be considered an Israelite when the Lord comes back. He's going to look at you like a heathen, you know. He's going to look at you like an enemy, you know. And therefore, that's why the 2/3 are going to be did, you know, horribly when our power comes back, and even before in Jacob's trouble, because they're going to get treated just like these other nations that the Lord don't care about, because they are moving in the spirit of these other nations. Therefore, they're joined unto these other nations. You can't be joined unto them and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But it reads, all her gates are desolate, her priests sigh, her virgins are afflicted, and she is in bitterness. Right. We're going through hell here, especially, the men that's in the truth, we sigh and cry every day because we know the truth and we see the lies every day. We have to live in this world full of lies and full of wickedness all day and every day. And if we say anything, we're looked at as the enemy or the crazy person, when we're speaking the truth. So, that causes you to sigh, that causes you to be in bitterness, because we're speaking the truth, like if you know the truth, any kind of truth, if you know the truth and you telling everybody the truth and everybody acting like you don't know what you're talking about, it does something to you. But because this is the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and he has given us his spirit, Lord willing, we be of that number and we be delivered. But those men that the Lord has given his spirit to preach and teach his 100% truth, we know that this is the truth. And we know that our power is guiding us and protecting us. So we have a certain level of confidence along with, having to go through all of these, situations where you're dealing with people that just buck up or don't care. You have 1 out of 60 people that actually understand what you're saying, So it's like we understand that that's going to happen because the scriptures tell us about it. So it's not going to hit you like it would hit somebody in the world. So even if I'm just saying that to say, even though we sigh and we cry in this world, it's not to the point where we ready to give up because we know what's coming and we know why this is happening. The Lord don't want everybody to be saved on this side. But this is verse 5. Her adversaries are the chief. Her enemies prosper. For the Lord hath afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions. Right. This is a curse, Our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai allowed these things to happen to us, Our enemies were set up over us because we were going off, We weren't following the law, statutes, and commandments that were given to us, So these things happened because of that, We're in captivity under our enemy because of that, So it says her adversaries are the chief, her enemies prosper, and they're prospering because of what we did. And that's why they're putting out all of these different ways to keep us in sin so that they can continue to prosper. Because they know if we continue to sin and we continue to stray away from our power, they're going to continue to prosper and stay on top, But the Lord is not going to allow that to happen. It reads, for the Lord hath afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions. Her children are gone into captivity before the enemy. Right. Our children are born into this captivity, We don't know nothing but captivity. Like, it's as simple as that, That's why our people are that's another reason why our people are so, brainwashed in this society. Because they're born into this. They're born into the lies. They don't know the truth. So their whole life they've been growing up being indoctrinated by their parents that was indoctrinated and deceived. So they believe these lies because their whole family believes these lies. And they don't understand that the truth is rare. They don't understand that the truth is like finding a chest full of gold. You're not just going to find that everywhere. So just like your family, you got a whole lot of family members. That's common. But you finding, a prophet, a man of the Lord that's telling you something you ain't never heard, that's rare. That's something you can't just go out and find a man of the Lord anywhere and everywhere that knows the 100% truth. Anybody can say they're a prophet, but that don't mean that they know the truth. But this is Jeremiah 30:15. It reads, "Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity." Right. So we're not to be like, oh, why this? Why me? Why are we going through this? Because we understand why. Because of our iniquity, because we were not serving our power, we were going off. We're serving other gods, living like heathens, So it reads, "Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee." Right. So our enemies were set up over us because of our iniquities, because of our sins, and because we were increasing in those things. It's not like we was coming back and then the Lord was like, "Nah, y'all still." No, we were increasing, getting worse, doing more things to displease the Lord, so he has to teach us. And this is him teaching us right now. This is the final lesson, though. After this lesson, the lesson is going to be learned, and it's going to just be time to, live, but, yeah, it reads, because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee. Right. So we're not in captivity for no reason. We're in captivity because we are in the wrong, our nation, we wronged, we wronged the Lord, we didn't trust his word, we trusted these other gods, So, and it's just like what's happening right now. You could just see it in this world. The majority of our nation do not trust Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They trust all of these other gods. But this is the point of the lesson right here, because I just went into, kind of what we going through and what situation we're in right now. But it reads in verse 16, "Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured." Right. So all of these nations that have been devouring us throughout all of these times, all of these captivities, they're going to be devoured. The Lord is going to allow us to get our get back. And it reads, all thine adversaries, every one of them. Let me grab adversaries right quick. Adversaries. Narrow, tight, straits, distress, adversary, foe, enemy, oppressor. Right. That's the point right there. Adversary, foe, enemy, oppressor. We've been oppressed by all of these nations, and quite frankly, because all of these nations are operating under the spirit of Esau, because he's ruling, they've all become our enemies. They all could give a shit about us. They all want us to, even though, in the spiritual sense, they desire us to rule, because the whole creation groaneth. But they don't want us, They don't want us over them. They rather us just stay blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because they want to rule again, Like, they don't want to see us over them. But at the same time, when we are over them, they're going to rejoice at a point in time, because they're going to understand, that the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai are the only ways that produce life, you know? So they're going to understand eventually. But there are enemies as well. It reads, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. Right. All of these nations are going under captivity, you know? So the Lord is going to take us out of captivity and allow us to put these nations into captivity, you know? And it says, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Right. So just imagine you got a bear chasing a dog, a chihuahua, you know? You got a bear chasing a chihuahua, and that bear is right behind that chihuahua, about to give him the meanest swipe you could give you could give a dog. Swipe him into a tree or something. You know what I'm saying? Have him looking like a football when they do the kickoff. You know what I'm saying? He about to wind up on him, and right when he go to smack him, the Lord transformed that bear into that chihuahua and transforms that chihuahua into that bear. That's how it's about to be. Because these Edomites think they about to smack us and, just destroy us. And they think that their plans is about to work. But right once the Lord allows them to get to the point where they think we got it, it's the world is in our hands. We've completed the mission, When they see that victory, the Lord is go hit them with the Uno reverse card. And he go strike them down and set us up. And we are going to have the rulership. We're going to call the shots. And we're going to devour them. We are going to spoil them, break them down. And they will become our prey. Because right now we're their prey. Because we have no protection. We have protection, through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But in this world, we don't have any armies, we don't have any substance, resources, no land, no military, we don't have nothing to defend ourselves, This is not our home, we have no kingdom, no foundation, we're just here. Just, like scared worms, literally, But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gives us confidence because we know through them we shall be saved, But it reads in 17, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right. So we are going to be healed. We are going to be revitalized, We are going to be brought back to our former state, It reads, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Right. So these nations are going to be proved wrong and confounded because they think that, we just niggas, spicks, wetbacks, spooks, and don't nobody care about us, and the Lord is just done with us. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to turn those tables, and our enemies are going to be confounded. These heathens, they're going to be confounded, because they're going to be proven a liar, But I'm going to grab Lamentations 4 and I'm going to close it off on here. That was 4 and 21. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. It reads, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall be passed through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked. Right. So that the cup that we sipping on right now, going through this hell, going through this, affliction, this captivity, being low, having no power, having no resources, having no, just having nothing and just being like a worm. That same cup is going to be passed to these Edomites, and they're going to be the lowest of the low. They're going to be the lowest of the low, So he's going to expose them, They're going to be exposed for everything that they did, for who they truly are, and they're going to go through hell in the kingdom of heaven. And it reads 20 and 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Right. So we're at the point where our punishment is, pretty much done. We're just waiting for these prophecies to be completely fulfilled so that we can be delivered. But we're at the end of our captivity. We're at the end of our punishment. It says, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Right, because these Edomites have not been judged yet. They have not been judged for the things that they've done to us. They have not been judged for the things that they've done to the earth. They have not been judged for the lies and the wickedness that they have put out into the earth. But that time is coming. It says, he will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. That means your iniquity, O daughter of Edom. You Edomites are going to be visited. And it reads, he will discover thy sins, because right now it seems as the Lord has not discovered them, like he don't see them. That's why these Edomites are so proud and they don't care. But he's just allowing that tab to build up. The Heavenly Father is just allowing those, sins to just build up. And we're at the point where it's too tall to ignore. So that cup is about to be passed. Rulership is about to be taken from you Edomites and given to the true rulers, the true kings, which are the Hebrew Israelites. And everything that y'all have done to us, all of you nations, is going to be given right back to you, but worse. It's going to be worse. It's not going to be fun. But that was the point of the lesson. I hope you brothers and sisters was edified. We don't got too much longer, and the Lord is he's going to allow us to get our get back. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Shalom.